70% of the population of this country are poor. The same 70% are ignorant. So what are they going to demand? So that's a failure, maybe not deliberate on the people. Well, maybe I shouldn't say a failure on the people, but when you exclude 70% of your population from the mainstream, you cannot, Now the rest 30% include the leadership and the elite. Unfortunately, Nigeria has had a culture of impunity in which people who are leveraged, opportuned, and have access in a society believe they can pretty much do whatever they like.
And get away with
that is not helpful, and that does not help development. Governance, too, is challenged. Leadership needs attention. There are so many good leaders in this country. But leadership is not only about the person holding the title.
It's also about the person giving the support.
It is about the people around. It is about the leaders of the institutions, the leaders of the sectors. If the president of this country today passes a message and the press interprets it as something else, then no matter what he says. So each sector has a leadership responsibility, whether it's in the professions, whether it's in the institution. And when I mean institutions, I don't mean institutions as in buildings or, I mean the way people actually do things. You would come to a place, for example, any establishment, and they say, well, especially if you're a freshman, this is how they do it. Yeah, this is NTA. These are the rules. But they'll tell you, well, these are the rules, but this is how we do things. That is where the issues, that is where the problem is. Not with the rules, not with the but how people decide. And in this country, we have a lot of so-called big men who a lot of people listen to. And it's only an appeal to such people, that, well, if a system is not managed well for a long period of time, just like if a car is not treated well, one day, well, it's carrying you somewhere, it will break down.
Right, maybe on Third Mainland Bridge. Now, that brings us to the next. So, where is the future for Nigeria? 2015 is just around the corner. Now, the picture you have painted is very grim, and it does not seem to portend anything on the positive on the horizon. If you are going to drift like this into 2015, so from your crystal ball, if I may, you just say that. What do you see? What do you see?
Well, you see, for me, right, wherever you have huge challenges, that is where the hugest opportunities are. So as far as I'm concerned, the bigger Nigeria's challenges, the bigger the opportunities of being a great country. I believe that this country could be one of the 10 greatest countries if we decide to face our challenges head on. For me, anyone aspiring or seeking to lead this country in 2015, or who believe, a lot of people believe it's either it's time for them to lead, or it's, but if it is time for anybody to lead, it is also time for you to fight corruption. It is time for you to fight poverty. It is time for you to fight social exclusion. So what are the components of leadership? Those are the things. And leadership, we should start looking at leadership and governance in terms of capability, accountability, and responsiveness. You see, it does not help Nigeria when people in authority don't feel that they should answer questions. Answer questions. So basically, we also have a cultural constraint where a person who is a governor, a local government chairman, whereas he speaks in English, he thinks in his native language. So the man will look at himself as governor, but he will think he is a Kabiesi. And in Yoruba parlance, you know what Kabiesi means?
Yes, man.
To be asked or to be accountable does not arise. Yes. So a lot of people, perchance or by habit or by find themselves in authority, and think that who are you to ask
me any question.
And this
All
is
right.
where our problem